There we go. Mr. Smith, tell me where you were born
I was born in Greenville, North Carolina.
and your marital status.
I'm currently married.
And did you ever have any childhood diseases such as measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, anything like that?
I had measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox.
And have you had, is your tetanus, hepatitis, and flu shot up to date?
My influenza, hepatitis, and tetanus shots are all up to date.
And did you have a chickenpox vaccine and an MMR as a child?
Yes.
And tell me about any accidents or injuries that you've had.
As a child or recently?
In your life history.
In my life history, I've had 2 broken collarbones. I've had a fractured nose. I've got a C3 bulging disc. I had a staph infection as a baby. And I currently have high cholesterol.
Okay, and tell me about the surgeries that you've had.
I've had an appendectomy. I had my adenoids taken out when I was a child. And I've had a hernia operation.
Okay. And tell me about any other hospitalizations you've had.
The only other hospitalization that I had was when I was 12 years old. I was involved in an accident where there was black gunpowder and a bottle exploded, and I spent a week in the hospital in the burn unit at that time for 2nd and 3rd degree burns on the upper torso of my body.
Okay, have you ever had a blood transfusion?
No.
And tell me about the medications that you're currently on.
I'm on Flexeril for the C3 pain in my neck, and I'm also on a steroid cream for a rash that I have on my arm and my legs.
Okay, and any allergies to medications?
Yes, I have medication allergies of penicillin.
Okay, and now I'm just going to go through some health habits and personal safety items. Tell me about your exercise.
I exercise probably mildly. I walk the dog about 2 times a day. I walk up and down the stairs at our house, and I do play golf. So.
Okay, and are you currently dieting?
Yes, I'm currently dieting.
And is that a physician prescribed diet?
No.
Okay, and do you eat 3 meals a day?
Yes.
Okay, and tell me about your salt and fat intake.
My salt intake's average. My fat intake is average.
Okay, and do you consume any caffeine?
Yes. I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning, and I drink tea with the majority of my meals.
Okay.
And I'll have a Diet Cola every now and then too.
Okay, and do you drink any alcohol?
Occasionally, maybe 1 to 3 or 4 drinks in a month.
Okay, do you use any tobacco products?
None currently.
And any illegal drugs?
None.
Are you sexually active?
Yes.
Okay, and any discomfort with intercourse?
No.
Okay, and any immunodeficiency viruses, any HIV, AIDS, anything like that?
No.
Okay, and do you live alone?
No.
And are you having any type of frequent falls?
None.
And any vision or hearing loss?
None.
And do you have an advance directive or a living will?
I think I do. Yeah, I do have a living will.
Okay. And any type of physical or mental abuse that you're concerned about or need information about at home?
No.
Okay. Tell me about your family history. How old is your father?
My father's 73.
And tell me about his health problems.
He has high cholesterol, but he's very active. He's always exercised, and he's just started actually taking high cholesterol medicine this last year or two. So he's been able to maintain it through proper diet and exercise.
Okay. And how old is your mother?
My mother is 70 years old.
And does she have any health problems?
None.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
Yes.
And tell me about your siblings.
I have one older brother who's 3 years older than me. He's 49 years old.
And does he have any health problems?
None.
And do you have children?
Yes.
And tell me about them.
I have one son who is 12 years old, and I have one daughter who is 6 years old.
And do they have any health problems?
None.
Okay. And tell me about your maternal grandmother. That's your mother's grandmother.
My mother's grandmother is deceased. She died when she was 95. She smoked until she was about 60, 65, and then quit. She had a pacemaker that I remember, and she died of a stroke.
Okay. And tell me about your mother's father.
My grandfather died when he was 77. He was a heavy smoker. He was alcoholic for many years of his life until the last maybe 20 years when he had a religious conversion and got saved and quit drinking altogether. He died of lung problems due probably to smoking, and probably died really prematurely because he would have probably been a very healthy person had he not smoked the majority of his life.
Okay. Tell me about your father's mother.
My father's mom died when she was 89. She died of congestive heart failure, and she was fairly healthy all of her life with the exception of having a bad valve in her heart, which just eventually just gave out on her.
Okay. And your father's father?
My father's father contracted Alzheimer's the last really 10 years of his life and spent a large part of the last years of his life when he in nursing homes after he got Alzheimer's, and I don't really remember exactly how old he was when he died. I would guess probably 80.
Okay. And do you have any problems with stress or feeling depressed?
No.
Okay. Any problems with your eating or appetite?
No.
And any thoughts of suicide or homicide?
No.
And have you ever seen a counselor?
No.
Okay. And this is some things that's specifically for men. Tell me about urination. Do you have any burning or pain or anything like that? Do you get up during the night? If so, how many times?
I don't have any problems with it.
Okay. All right. Any testicle pain or swelling? Any discharge or lesions? Anything like that?
No.
And date of your last prostate or rectal exam?
I haven't had one.
Okay. And do you perform self-testicular examinations?
No.
Okay. And tell me just a little bit about your functional assessment. Tell me about your education.
I have a college education. I graduated from John Wesley College. I graduated from Oak Ridge Military Academy with a high school education. So I have 12 years of primary school and a 4-year college degree.
Okay. And what is your current occupation?
I'm a minister.
Okay, are you a full-time pastor?
Yes.
Okay, and tell me about your church and what your duties are there.
Well, I have senior pastor duties. So, our church is a community church, 350 members. So, I have to attend to the normal duties of staff meetings, meetings within the church. I have to deal with elders, community outreaches. I have to preach on Sundays. I have to conduct weddings and funerals. And I have to deal within the denomination that we're in right now as well. So.
Okay, and would you say that your sleep habits are normal? Do you have a normal sleeping regimen? Do you take any daytime naps or use any sleep aids, anything like that?
No, no sleep aids, normal sleep patterns.
Okay.
So.
All right. And tell me about your relationship with your wife and your children.
My relationship with my wife and children are healthy. We're happily married. Our children, for the most part, are well-rounded children. So we live pretty average, normal lives as far as activities with them, taking them back and forth to practices and dance recitals. And my wife and I are happily married.
Okay. All right. I think that's all I need from you. Thank you.
Thank you.